This video is made possible by Gold Spot Pens. They provided the pen to make this possible. It first came up in the Penboy
Roy Fountain Pen Review channel.
The Penboy
Roy.
Enough. Let's get to the other part. So here we have a package from Gold Spot Pens. Now, quite a while ago on episode, it was 103 of the Penboy Roy Pentertainment podcast, they were talking about the Platinum 3776 and whether it actually lasted for 6 months. And I had already been involved in a very long experiment testing that. Now, my video had come out just before they were talking about it. Then, about 6 months ago, there was episode 142, and they were talking about the Curidas. So apparently the Curidas has an advertisement stating that it lasts for 6 months when inked. Now, with it lasting for 6 months, they were talking about whether or not it actually did it. So I reached out to Tom. I sent him an email. And this email, I said, I'm willing to do the 6-month test on the Platinum Curidas. What I want to do is this. And I started with, I wanted to order the pen. I was going to pay for it. I wanted him to ink the pen up with a cartridge, not a converter, because I was concerned about a converter fail. Just like when I did the Platinum 3776, a cartridge. This way, there would be no problem with that being the failure. This is their slip. And then I said, enclose a handwritten message. That way, we can have verification upon the box being opened. And so here we get the message. It says, hello, Adam, for you, for volunteering to conduct the experiment to see if the Platinum's claims about sealing mechanism and the Curidas are true. This note was written on December 16th, 2022 with the included Platinum ink cartridge loaded in a medium point Curidas pen. Stay inky, Tom. So we can see, and he did send it in an email. Now, I would put the email on the screen, but I don't want anything to break up the footage. I don't want any kind of editing that happens during this particular part. I said, mail it to me in 6 months, and then I'll open it, and we'll see if it works. If this would do, please let me know. Now, he came back and had an apology because it took a little bit to get back. Not really that long, considering he's kind of busy. He said, that sounds good. You did a great job with the test of the 3776 pen. How about I send you it for free of charge as Gold Spot sponsored experiment? You can share the results on the YouTube channel. Please let me know which Curidas color and nib and what have you. And I responded, the nib size and color isn't really a big concern. I'd say whichever seems to be selling the least. Now, that's because this wasn't a pen I was running out to get, not for anything other than I have a retractable nib pen. He sent me an email, said here's proof that he's initiated the experiment. See if we get this a little on camera, that he's initiated the experiment. Set himself a reminder to contact me in early June, and on and on. Then, 6 months later, May 31st, I get the email that says, the time's come. It's on the calendar to reach out about the Curidas. And so, confirm about shipping address. So then they shipped it out. And I explained that it might take just a little bit of time for me to get to it because I've been working on a side project with a whole bunch of math videos for an other channel. So we wind up with the Curidas and the real question of, does it last for 6 months? So this always makes me a bit nervous, and I don't know why it makes me nervous. It's not like it's my design. Let's take a moment and, remember that Penboy Roy always has to crack a can during their podcast. So we're going to go ahead and give that so that Roy can have that. And then see, does this actually write after having waited 6 months? Now, I'm going to be very clear. If it doesn't immediately on touching the page put ink down, I don't see that as a failure in itself. What I actually see more is this idea that if it starts writing very quickly, so it doesn't have to be the very first instant. However, quickly would be nice. Doesn't feel bad in the hand, I have to say. Let's find out. Yes, it absolutely did. 6 months, there was no even feint of a hard start. It's a very interesting thing. I will say that I know they had some difficulty in this first release. This is the first release, and if I'm not mistaken, a new and improved version of this pen will be coming out shortly. So I'm going to ask down in the comments, give me a yes or a no. Are you looking forward to the new Platinum Curidas? Now, Goldspot Pens has all kinds of amazing deals, smoking hot deals on everything that you need, pens, inks, paper, all that. But on top of that, if you go to the specials, you find even better deals. And you know what's even better than that? You can use Roy's discount code. Now, I can't tell you what it is. It changes every single month. So go over, check out the Penboy Roy Pentertainment podcast for the newest discount code. Put that in and get an additional 10% off. I meant what I said when I really do need people down in the comments telling me, yes, you're looking forward to the new one, or no, you're not, you don't care. I'm just going to respond to everybody with a thanks. I'm very curious about how the community is looking forward to it. Now, I've been using this pen for 3 days. I've been holding off on being able to send this video out. And I enjoy this pen. It is a whole lot more enjoyable than I really expected. I was not expecting to have a use for another retractable nib. And yet here I am knowing this one's gonna be just as enjoyed as the Pilot. That little hump on the back that everybody made such a fuss about when it first came out, not noticeable. Just like the raised portion on the Lamy 2000 doesn't matter, this doesn't matter. Now, I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter to everybody. Those little raised points might matter to some small part of the population. Like the clip on the Pilot vanishing point might matter to some people, and they have them removed. Unfortunately, you can't have that little bump removed. Now, with that, you might be one of those people that this bothers. My understanding for the new one, at least what I'm hearing in podcast world, is that it's going to be even smaller. So myself, I'm looking forward to seeing that V2. I can't, I can't say how much I've really enjoyed this. To use a pen that you had no interest in before at all, and then say, this is worth that kind of weight. It was really, I'm on my second cartridge. So I'm burning through ink with this thing. And it's the summertime where I tend to write a little bit less.